I would just like a little bit more clarification, Bruce, from you on how much further and whether, in a governance sense, we can bring some guidance in that category of consultants. You know, you talk about achieved to date, the bringing more work in-house and reducing reliance on expensive outsiders, but I still detect that, you know, it's almost like we need to get some greater clarity around those situations where consultants are going to be appropriate. And I'm thinking particularly of CCOs here. If we could start to have a think about some guidelines in and around the use of consultants, because it is just tempting to say, hey, look, we'll get PwC or we'll get this one or that one to go do something, and yet there is a significant cost associated with that.
Yes, I agree. Yeah, okay.
So on the one hand, you know, I want to see contestability in the information you're putting up to us. Yeah, I want my cake and eat it too. I want it to be cheap, but cheerful and contestable, if that's at all possible. Do you want to talk to that, Matt?
So just briefly, and I'm probably looking to Sue here. I'm just wondering, Sue, an opportunity. So Sarah Hayes been here a while, and she's out there and busy. But there's an initiative around strategic procurement involving CCOs, and perhaps Sue, that's.
Thank you, Matthew, and through the chair. Yes, there is through the work that we'll undertake leading up to the annual plan process, to an initiative to broaden the group procurement work across all of the family, including the CCOs, Councillor Fletcher, in terms of that will encompass your question about the use of consultants. I had some learnings shared with me from another organisation, albeit in the private sector, yesterday, that are publicly listed, and there are significant savings to be had in how you do that. So I intend to pick that work up and that initiative and work it with Matthew into the annual plan process for you.
Thank you. I mean, as I say, I'm not asking this in terms of meddling with management, but I really am genuinely interested as to what role we can appropriately play in giving confidence to you that that is the right way to proceed.
You wrapping it up, Councillor Brewer.
Oh, look, I just, as I tend to say at these items, that I'd rather see this put up as efficiency gains. And look, the organisation is to be applauded as to the gains they've made. But the term savings, and I put it before Mr Chair, it's like a young couple moving in together and coming around to your place for dinner, and they're spending more on the credit card, more on the cheque account, going for more holidays than ever before, and they're trying to convince you that they're saving because they're only paying one rent, not two. And we've been told today to move on from pre-amalgamation, and so for me, when our rates are up at 9.9%, our debt, albeit tracking slower than projected, is still increasing, our OPEX, our CAPEX is greater than ever before, then trying to put this notion out that these are savings, with Councillor Walker talking about the public reading these documents, will struggle with that concept, but they might see efficiency gains more clearly, because as I said, the savings are notional, and seeing this figure based on financial information 0809, it's great that we're doing better than the ATA forecast, but no one out there paying for regulatory services or rates is experiencing saving as far as their costs go, and so I just think it's a misuse of the term. If it was in fact savings, then we wouldn't need to arguably rate or borrow as much. These are expected efficiency gains that we were all promised, that the organisation has exceeded, and that the ATA from background bullet point number 10 clearly undercooked, as they did, as Councillor Hull said, with the IT costs. So I'd like to see going forward that these savings are actually put up as efficiency gains. Yep. Because if we're going to talk savings to the public, they won't believe us when they've only ever seen costs, some of them going up compounding rates at 10-20% per annum since amalgamation.
Well, Councillor Brewer, it's a shame you couldn't put it as an amendment because you would have won one for a while, Charles, but I get the nod from staff that they will change the report next time to efficiency gains update.
Thank you.
Okay, I'm going to put the motion. Councillor Penrose, seconded by Councillor Cashmore. All those in favour?
Aye.
Against? Right, we will go back to item number 12. Right.